It's very simple. Say yes and figure it out.
Hey everyone, this is Neetu Rishi in the Passionpreneur show with me. Some of you know me as an author, some of you know me as an entrepreneur, some of you know me as a pageant coach, a model, an influencer. But you know, one word that describes me best is passionpreneur, because I converted my passion into business. Not just one, but two of them. And both of them are my babies. The first one is the Success Door, which is a coaching academy for youth and adults where I help them find their passion and strength and shine bright in life. And the second one is Fly, which is First Love Yourself. It's a platform for the aspiring models to shine on that runway. And without any further ado, we are super excited to get you with our guest today on this show. But don't forget to subscribe because you are in for a treat today. She has inspired me so much. Let's welcome none other than Suzy Prudden. Hi, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm really pleased to be here.
Awesome. She's all the way from Los Angeles. She's the founder and CEO at Itty Bitty Publishing. I love the name. We'll get to know why the name and this. But she is also an author of, there's no count. She told me 11 small books and there are 11 big books.
11 big books.
11 big books.
I don't know how many small books.
And there are so many small books. And she is also a New York best-selling author. She has helped so many people find their voice through a book. You know, a book. I always say, any person has a story, experience, or a skill to share with the world. When people ask me, I cannot write a book. Do you have a story? Do you have a skill? Do you have an experience?
Exactly right.
Tell it to the world.
Exactly
Imagine, she's making it so easy for you. Let's welcome her with a round of applause. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Our audience is in for a treat. Let's dive deep into the conversations. We want to know how it started, why it started, where it started. Your story.
It was an accident.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it was an accident.
Uh-huh.
So this is how it happened. So I've had several careers. And I've done well in many of them, and I've failed in some of them. I prefer.
Failures are stepping stones.
Yeah, they're not fun, but they happen. So in 2006, I had a weight loss company.
Okay.
And I was doing lots of workshops and seminars to grow my business. And I was and I've only written big books. I had never written a small book.
Okay.
And so my teacher said, write a small book. So I'm in weight loss, write a small book, and my name's been on everything because I've had, as I said, many careers. So I'm driving back to Los Angeles from Las Vegas. My sister's with me, and I said to my sister, I'm going to write Suzy Prudden's Itty Bitty Weight Loss book. Small book.
Right.
So she said, okay. So she wrote it because I was running the business. We published it. We didn't know what we were doing, and it just didn't do anything. And so at that time, in 2006, we had to buy 2,000 copies.
Okay.
We don't have to anymore.
Right.
I have 1,800 left in my garage still.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, so it didn't work. So I said to my sister, I said, could you make the book smaller and change the cover? And she did, and she showed me the book at Christmas in 2004. Now we're 2014.
2014, okay.
So now I'm looking at the book, and she took my name off.
Oh.
Exactly. And I'm looking at it going, are you sure you want to take my name off? She goes, I don't care. I'm looking at this book. This is $1 million business. We were in business 3 days later. Hello. Thank you. We had our first signed author 2 weeks later. We had our first published book 6 weeks later.
Wow,
Now,
that is super awesome.
Yeah.
You know, things, we always say we have our plan, but God has a better plan.
Yeah.
And you just need to trust that. But you have to listen to that. There are so many people who get these opportunities or some signals, you know. But you said yes.
Always.
Love it.
I say yes and then figure it out. That's my motto. Because I don't know until I know.
Yes.
And I've had failures. I mean, horrible failures. So I was a guest on the Oprah show in 1989.
Yes, we forgot to mention she was a guest at Oprah
I've done
show.
a lot. I've done a lot. So, but 8 months later, I was homeless. Yeah. I didn't know how to, I didn't have a team. I didn't have, it was like, whoa. And I didn't know how to manage money. And I ended up, that was a journey. So, the journey to success is not a straight road.
It is never.
No, it's not a straight road. And you have to have tenacity. You have to have resilience because there will be failures along the way. And it's like, okay, what am I going to learn from this opportunity? So the day I knew that I was losing everything, my home, everything, I'm sitting in my kitchen and my rent check bounced. And I realized I had no money. And that day, every client that I had set up for the year, this was in February of 1990, every client that I had set up for the year with a contract canceled.
Oh.
They didn't know each other.
Right.
It was like every time I picked up the phone, oh no, not another one. And I thought, okay, this is God.
Right.
This is a lesson. So I'm sitting in my kitchen and I'm going, thank you, God. You must really love me to give me this experience because it's going to change my life.
You still had that trust and faith.
Well,
Wow.
the magic in the moment at that time for me was that I believed what I was saying. It wasn't just words. And then I had to pack up my stuff. I got it's a long, convoluted story, but I remember it was like a moment of, what am I going to do? And then I said, well, I got to figure this out.
Yeah, I think it's always in any business that we do, you have to learn, figure it out. There's no manual that comes ready for you as a checklist, do this, and you will be successful. You have to figure it out.
Well, you have to take the list.
You have to take
and then you have to adapt it to what you're doing. And you have to be creative.
Right.
And you have to be bold.
I completely agree.
Yeah, because for
you have
me,
to take risks.
You have to take, it's so funny that you say that because so many people are risk adverse.
Okay.
But that doesn't work in business.
Doesn't work.
No.
Ever.
And sometimes you create something in business and it doesn't work. Okay. Next.
Next. What's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
And basically that was a monster failure that took me to the next phase.
Right. What happened after that?
I was without a home for about 10 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but I never had to sleep in my car. I had this is wonderful. What happened is, because I had just written a book with Hay House. I had just come off a 15-city tour. And I was a famous person.
Wow.
I was a celebrity. I just happened to be broke and homeless. So the second night that I'm now out in the world without a home, I was down in the La Jolla Hyatt because I was speaking there the next day.
Okay.
So now I'm in the La Jolla Hyatt, all expenses paid because I'm speaking there the next day. So then that was a Thursday, Friday. Then on Saturday morning, I drove from San Diego to Rancho La Puerta in Tecate, Mexico, because I was speaking there for the week.
She was homeless, but
So
you
here
were
I
staying in
am.
hotels, luxury.
So here I am at a 5-star spa in Tecate, Mexico. I have no money, I have no home, and I don't know where I'm going next Saturday. And I thought, okay,
Wow,
let's see what
that
happens.
is really a risk
And
taking.
that's how I spent the next 10 months.
Wow.
I finally got a room in a house in Del Mar, where a friend of mine had a room, and we wrote some books together, and I created a workshop while I was there, and then I had a miracle. I received an inheritance of $20,000.
Oh my gosh.
And my sister received one also. She was still living in New York, so she moved out to California. I moved from San Diego back to Los Angeles. I'm originally from New York, and we got an apartment together, and I basically recreated my life.
Love it. Recreated the life after being, I mean, I don't know anyone who is that broke and then you still rise. And not just rise, you kind of conquered the world.
Yeah.
Tell me more about, so how did this work? So did that book publish, the one without your name?
Oh, that's Itty Bitty.
Oh, the Itty Bitty book.
It was instead, that's the company. That's what, my sister took the name off the book, and we created a company, Itty Bitty Publishing. So that's my company now, and now we publish books. We publish small books by experts, the small books that, my moniker is, we publish small books that make a big difference.
So tell our audience, how do you help them brainstorm the ideas, or do you help if they have a manuscript? Because I'm sure many of our audience, I help students become published authors, but I can help them only to publish on Amazon. I'm a coach. I help them to recreate the story, write it nicely, someone on Fiverr to design the cover page, and do self-publishing on Amazon, because students need that for their,
absolutely.
It's a point in their college resume that I'm an author. But someone who really wants to take their author journey to the next level, I'm sure they need guidance from experts like yourself. So what is the process?
So with an itty bitty book, I think that's so fun to say, itty bitty book. With an itty bitty book, it's a 30-page book.
Okay.
It's 15 chapters.
Okay.
It's not written as a long form book.
Okay.
It's written like the Cliff Notes of Dummies.
Okay.
So when you have a dummies books, they were phenomenal in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
So much information that people needed.
Right.
But they're long, 350 pages.
Oh yes.
We don't have time for that. And we don't think that way anymore. So what my sister and I did is we cut the process, so just the information that is needed, that the expert needs to teach, what the audience needs to hear. So it's a 30-page book, 15 chapters, 2 pages each, written in small paragraphs and numbered sentences or bullet points.
Okay.
So it's literally like the Cliff Notes of Dummies.
Right.
So
You
when
open any page, you will learn something.
You will learn something.
Beautiful.
And what we've created with Itty Bitty is it's never about the author. There's no story in Itty Bitty. This is what you need to know so that you can achieve this goal of yours.
Right.
Here.
More of like personal growth.
Well, it's everything. We have business books on everything.
Oh, okay.
So we have accounting books. We have personal growth books. We have, good Lord, we have so many different
Oh my gosh.
topics.
So if my audience, anyone is like an entrepreneur or in a job or
It's
a doctor, so everybody has something.
So with an itty bitty book, I look at books as business builders.
Gotcha.
So a lot of people say my book is my business card.
It's your business card.
I don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I don't want books as a business card.
Right.
Because then I have to figure out who wrote it, where are they, what's their,
Yes.
and how do I get this book? I don't want that.
And then people ask, can you read it and write a review? And then you have to read the book.
People ask me all the time, will you read my book? I say no.
Yeah.
But it's a good book, I'm sure it is, but I don't have time.
Right.
And I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say yes and then not do it.
Yes.
Because then I'll feel bad.
Of
And I don't
course.
want to feel bad.
Of course.
But it's like, it's a business opportunity book. So with an itty bitty book, it helps you build workshops, seminars, programs, certification courses. I have one author that grew his business from $100,000 a year to $750,000 a year using his book as his marketing tool.
I really want to know about that story.
So Anthony, he's a very unique man. I met him at a seminar, one that I had been going to for about a year and a half. He was brand new, and I had just created Itty Bitty. I was so excited. And I had these forms, fill out a form, let me publish your book and stuff. And I was sitting with a group of people, and he's sitting over here, and we had never met. And talking to the table, and I'm telling them about my new company. And he said, may I have one of those? and I gave it to him. He filled it out, handed it back to me with his credit card,
Okay.
and and nobody, don't you? People get so excited. People say you cannot make a big sale in a short amount of time. I was basically, how do you do? Thank you for your $3,500. It was literally, he signed up that fast. I said, why? I asked him later. He said, why did you sign up so quickly? He said, your energy. He said, I knew if I worked with you, we would be successful.
I know your energy is contagious. It is.
And he's written 6 books with us.
Wow.
And he grew his company to $750,000. He's traveled all over the world speaking.
Wow.
Because of his itty bitty book. And that's what I want with my company. I want all of my clients. My focus is, yes, it's a book, but it's a business.
It's a business. Yes.
Yeah, it's a business. And we've done 148 bestseller campaigns. We have 148 bestsellers.
Wow.
And it's a system. And so when you understand the system, then you can grow the book, grow your business, grow your reputation, grow your celebrity status.
Right.
And that's what you want. Writing a book positions you as an expert. Now with Itty Bitty, we have a template.
Okay.
And I have a workshop for all of my Itty Bitty authors.
Okay.
They come in on 9 o'clock on Saturday morning on Zoom, and I show them how to fill out the template.
Okay.
And we spend from 9 o'clock Saturday morning to 5 o'clock Sunday. We do sleep, but I help them write the books. And then they go home and finish their book, send it in, we edit back and forth. But it's only 30 pages. 30 pages is not that easy.
It's not easy. I mean,
No.
of course, if you are not a writer.
And none of my authors are writers.
Wow.
I don't want writers because that's a whole different genre.
Yes.
It's a whole different genre.
Right.
My authors are business people.
Who want to build the business through a book, because I think being an author gives you that authority.
Yes.
I have to share this. I have 2 stories. I know this show is all about her.
No.
But it's all interconnected. So my daughter, she was a very introvert person when she started with her high school. Her strength was writing poetry, poems. She used to write poems, take pictures of nature and write poems.
Sweet.
And I said, whenever you are thinking negative, just write a poem. So she started writing. When they were 25, I started reaching out. I was very new in this country. I couldn't find someone who can help me publish. Publishing houses, the ones that I checked, they were expensive.
Yes.
Of course, when you come from a different country, you start thinking, how much money do I have? So I figured out that how to publish on Amazon. So we published her book. The book was out there. Her self-confidence just from year to year.
Oh yeah.
And in fact, I always wanted to write a book. I'm a writer. So after she wrote her first book, I wrote my first book. And then people asked me, what changed? I said, you know what? People started taking me seriously. So a book changed my life. Then I wrote my second book. So that's how I started helping kids, because I found that my daughter built that self-confidence by knowing as an author.
What you're doing is paramount, because when that growing individual, that child, has that book in their hand and the recognition, it's like it's gold.
It is.
And my talk the other day, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.
Who knows you. And
Who
a
knows
book
you.
can do that.
And a book does that.
Love it.
Yeah.
You are not only, it's not just a business, you are impacting so many lives.
Yes.
I mean, you are helping them to make more money by having that book.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's so exciting. When one of my clients, this is so wonderful. I have a client, and we were at an event, and we had published her book about 3 months before, and she said, I have to tell you something. I said, okay. She said, I'm working with insurance companies, companies
Okay.
because they need my book for their clients. And this was so outrageous. She said, well, my first order, they've ordered 100,000 books.
100,000? Wow. I've never heard that number.
I hadn't either.
Books. Wow.
Because that it was a national company.
National, okay. Very beautiful.
And I went, okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, that's nice. And then I have another one.
Amazing.
Another story. I have an author who wrote about space.
Okay.
And she's a space fanatic. She loves everything to do with space. And so she wrote about space. Now this is a 30-page book.
Okay.
It's an itty bitty book. And she called me one day. She said, well, I'm talking to the Boys and Girls Club of America. I want to speak to all the Boys and Girls Club of America. And with Zoom, we can speak to all the Boys and Girls. She doesn't have to go leave her house.
Right.
There are 4 million kids in the Boys and Girls Club of America. Each chapter is buying her book as they go, as she shows up. There are 4 million kids.
Oh my gosh.
Hello, it's like, oh.
Beautiful.
So, people think it's so fun. People think of book sales as sell here, yes, yes, you can do that. But why not sell 4 million?
Yeah.
Why not sell 100,000?
Why not dream big?
Yeah, I mean, it's available, but you have to, and this is important in business, and please hear me, you have to be bold, step out into it.
Right.
The worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work.
Yeah. Nothing worse than that can happen.
Nothing worse than that can happen.
Yes.
The worst thing that can happen is you go broke.
Yeah.
I've been there. I don't like it.
Right.
But it was part of my journey.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm just loving this conversation, but we always have time constraints. But it has been, it's amazing to know how you have impacted so many lives, and you are impacting. And it's how many years now you have been doing this?
This particular, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm 82. I'll be 82 in
Can you believe
in 8
that?
days.
Can you believe?
In 8 days.
I love it.
Who's counting? Okay, almost. I'm almost there. So now I forgot what I was going to say.
But no, you were talking about how you have been impacting lives.
Because
for
I've-
so many years.
I started.
You're a serial entrepreneur.
Thank you. I started in 1965, my first company, and I've done different businesses, and this company is now 10 years old.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, who says that you cannot start new after an age? When I started my business, I was above 40, and people started asking me when I started this modeling school, is this an age to try something new? I said, come on.
Exactly.
Don't tell me.
Exactly.
The day I realize that I want to do this and I can, I will.
Yes.
And you are a live example. Oh my gosh.
So I guess I was 72, I guess, when I started this company. I had never thought of that before.
Please note this, right? If you're at any age cannot stop you from doing what you can do.
I started my first company when I was 22. 50 years later, I started this company.
Wow.
And I had many in between. Thank you.
Beautiful.
My mother started her final company when she was 81.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I'm following your mom. I mean,
Yes.
she was an amazing woman. A mentor of mine. And yeah, it's exciting.
It is, it is.
What's exciting, I had one more that was so fun. So there was Jenny, there was, yeah, those are my three most. Oh no, then there's a gentleman by the name of Ed who focuses on leadership.
Okay.
He's a retired police force person. He was a policeman and then he grew up and he's retired. Teaches leadership to children.
Okay.
He called me one day out of the blue and said he just read an itty bitty book that a friend of his wrote. And he said, I've been trying to write a book for 5 years. I can't finish it.
I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he said, I can write an itty bitty book. I said, yes, you can.
Yeah.
He's written 3.
Wow.
He has a new career. He's retired. He didn't have to work. He travels all over the United States speaking, teaching, doing exactly what he's always wanted to do, but never got there. His books got him there, and now he's following history.
Beautiful. That's so beautiful. That's what I'm saying. You are impacting so many lives. Sometimes we don't even get to know what we are doing, but life is so worth it. It feels so beautiful, waking up in excitement,
Yeah.
sleeping with contentment that I did something good with my life today. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. We also want to talk about, before we end the session, what is before that, do you also help people do national book tours and all that
I
stuff?
don't yet.
Okay.
I'm actually looking for someone to partner with
Okay.
to do that.
Yeah, we should plan on that.
Okay.
Because I think that is something
That
which,
is
again,
huge.
That's huge. People don't figure that out, but it's really good.
Well, in my earlier career, when I was writing books, I started in 1972, and my publisher had planned a 15-city tour for me. My husband didn't fly. We didn't go. Big mistake. Big mistake. Second book, he didn't fly. We didn't go. Stupid mistake. Third book, fourth book, we didn't go. Fifth book, I said, I'm going.
I'm going.
You can come with me or not. I'm going. He came with me.
Okay.
And that's the book that made the bestseller, New York Times bestseller.
Yes, of course. When you travel and people get
Well,
to
I
know about it.
did media every single day in all the different cities.
Right.
So I was in Detroit. It was the second week of the tour. I was in Detroit. I had done media all day, and I had another media day the following day. I'm sitting in my hotel room in Detroit, Michigan, with my husband, and I get a phone call from my editor, and he said, "Suzy, you made the New York Times list." It was like, that's a heady moment.
It is.
Yeah.
And how was being on Oprah show?
Oh, she's fun.
So that also happened after that book?
No, that was a different book. That was
Okay.
Hay House.
Okay.
That was I had sold my fitness business, and I was studying the mind. And I'm a mind body pioneer. And when I moved to California, I met Louise Hay. We became friends. And I still taught exercise to my friends. I just didn't do it professionally anymore. So she would come over to my house. This is a great story. She would come over to my house twice a week to exercise with me.
Okay.
And one day she, I said, what's going on? She said, I hurt my hip. And I said, Louise, you're the expert. What does that mean? So she figured it out and told me. I don't remember what it was, but I had an idea. I said, Louise, why don't we do a video together? I'll do the exercises and you do the affirmations.
Okay.
She said, let me take it to the board. She did.
Right.
Next week with exercising. She said, yes, let's do it.
Okay.
So I did the video. I wrote the book, Meta Fitness, Thoughts Taking Shape. They sent me on a 15-city tour, but they couldn't get me on the Oprah show. So I hired a publicist,
Okay.
and I got myself on the Oprah show.
That's cool.
Well,
There comes our go-getter.
Yeah,
Isn't she a go-getter? I mean, she knows what she wants.
well,
If she can help you get what you want.
yeah, it made sense to me. I knew I could. I knew my book was that important.
It is. Yeah.
And it was before Body Mind was normal. It's like, as I said, I'm a trailblazer. And it was a fun. I think we sold 30,000 copies the next week. I mean, it was it's like, well, that's nice.
Nice, beautiful,
Yeah.
love it. And then coming towards the end of the show, because I know time is precious. What is one magic formula that you would like to share with our audience? So we do a Wednesday Voice. I do it on all my social media where I post a 1 minute of personal growth formula which you can apply in your life easily. So what is one, and I call them magic formulas, even though there's nothing magic, but magic happens when we believe in ourselves. So what is one magic formula you would like to share with our audience?
It's very simple. Say yes and figure it out.
Say yes and figure it out. Don't try to figure out before you say
No,
yes.
because you don't
Just
know.
start. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah. So it's just okay. Okay. Story. When I started my first company, which was exercise. My mother was the nation's foremost fitness authority. I ran away and got married when I was 19, and I had to support us. And so I started teaching exercise. And my son was when my son was 2, and I was a neighborhood exercise teacher. You know, people knew me in the neighborhood. So one of the people in my neighborhood called me up and said, "Do you teach 2-year-olds?"
Okay.
I said, "No, but I have a 2-year-old. I teach him."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Would you teach 2-year-olds?" I said, "Yes."
Uh-huh.
No idea how to do that. And so the next Thursday, I had 6 2-year-olds in my living room.
Uh-huh.
The night before, I called my mother because she knew how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "What do I do?" She said, "Keep busy." So she said, I built $1 million business on keeping busy.
Wow.
This is before Jim Marie, before Mommy and Me, before Tumblrs.
Mm-hmm.
It was Suzy Prudden Studios. My specialty was 2-year-olds. I built
That's
$1 million business.
Amazing. There is so much that we need to, know about her. Where can people find you and get to know more about you?
So
Or connect with you?
Yeah, connect with me. So my company is Itty Bitty Publishing.
It's ITTY.
ITTYBITTY Publishing.com.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can go to my website.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me 310-640-8885. You can email me.
Mm-hmm.
My name, Suzy Prudden, SUZYPRUD.
I will add all these in the description for our audience.
Perfect. And at Gmail.
Uh-huh.
And you can Google me.
That's so beautiful. She is one of the most humblest person I've come across. In spite of being so famous, a celebrity, I'm sitting right with a celebrity, but she's so kind and
Thank you.
Share your number with people.
You know, I did that. This is so funny. I did that on a show where I was being interviewed, and it was live.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the show. I was being interviewed for like 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I gave my number out. And while I'm being interviewed,
You started getting calls.
I started getting calls.
All right, thank
and
you.
I said, "I'll call you back."
Oh, that
It was
is
so
so
funny.
beautiful.
And I got 3 calls that day while I was on the air, and they all signed up to do books.
Beautiful, very nice. No, definitely, you're doing an amazing, amazing job for the community, building the community, impacting their lives, and helping them become successful and helping them become a celebrity. Amazing. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. And for our audience, do follow her, check her out, and I'm sure you also have that burning desire of writing a book. You do have a story, an experience, a skill that the world needs to know.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
you cannot do it on your own. Sometimes we need that person to take it further. And she is your go-to person, I'm telling you. Okay? All right, thank you so
sweetie.
much.
Thank you.
Say yes and figure it out. Don't try to figure out before you say
No,
yes.
because you don't
You're just
know.
stuck. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah. So it's just okay. Okay. Story.
Uh-huh.
When I started my first company, which was exercise.
Mhm.
My mother was the nation's foremost fitness authority. I ran away and got married when I was 19,
Mhm.
and I had to support us. And so I started teaching exercise. And my son was when my son was 2, and I was a neighborhood exercise teacher. You know,
Mhm.
people knew me in the neighborhood. So one of the people in my neighborhood called me up and said, "Do you teach 2-year-olds?"
Okay.
I said, "No, but I have a 2-year-old. I teach him."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Would you teach 2-year-olds?" I said, "Yes."
Uh-huh.
No idea how to do that. And so the next Thursday, I had 6 2-year-olds in my living room.
Uh-huh.
The night before, I called my mother because she knew how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "What do I do?" She said, "Keep busy." So she said, I built $1 million business on keeping busy.
Wow.
This is before Jim Marie, before Mommy and Me, before Tumblrs.
Mm-hmm.
It was Suzy Prudden Studios. My specialty was 2-year-olds. I built
That's
$1 million
amazing.
business.
Amazing. There is so much that we need to, know about her. Where can people find you and get to know more about you?
So
Or connect with you?
yeah, connect with me. So my company is Itty Bitty
It's
Publishing.
ITTY.
ITTYBITTY Publishing.com.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can go to my website.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me 310-640-8885. You can email me.
Mm-hmm.
My name, Suzy Prudden, SUZYPRUDDEN P-R-U-D-D.
I will add all these in the description for our audience.
Perfect. And at Gmail. And you can Google me.
That's so beautiful. She is one of the most humblest person I've come across. In spite of being so famous, a celebrity, I'm sitting right with a celebrity, but she's so kind and
Thank you.
Share your number with people.
You know, I did that. This is so funny. I did that on a show where I was being interviewed, and it was live. And I was on the show. I was being interviewed for like 30 minutes, and I gave my number out. And while I'm being interviewed,
You started getting calls.
I started getting calls. And I said, "I'll call you back."
Oh, that is
so
so
funny.
beautiful.
And I got 3 calls that day while I was on the air, and they all signed up to do books.
Beautiful, very nice. No, definitely, you're doing an amazing, amazing job for the community, building the community, impacting their lives, and helping them become successful and helping them become a celebrity. Amazing. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. And for our audience, do follow her, check her out, and I'm sure you also have that burning desire of writing a book. You do have a story, an experience, a skill that the world needs to know.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
you cannot do it on your own. Sometimes we need that person to take it further. And she is your go-to person, I'm telling you. Okay? All right, thank you so
sweetie.
much.
Thank you.
Say yes and figure it out. Don't try to figure out before you say
No,
yes.
because you don't
You're
know.
stuck. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah. So it's just okay. Okay. Story. When I started my first company, which was exercise. My mother was the nation's foremost fitness authority. I ran away and got married when I was 19. Then I had to support us, and so I started teaching exercise. And my son was when my son was 2, and I was a neighborhood exercise teacher. You know, people knew me in the neighborhood. So one of the people in my neighborhood called me up and said, "Do you teach 2-year-olds?"
Okay.
I said, "No, but I have a 2-year-old. I teach him." She said, "Would you teach 2-year-olds?" I said, "Yes." No idea how to do that. No idea how to do that. And so the next Thursday, I had 6 2-year-olds in my living room. The night before, I called my mother because she knew how to do that. I said, "What do I do?" She said, "Keep busy." So she said, I built $1 million business on keeping busy.
Wow.
This is before Jim Marie, before Mommy and Me, before Tumblrs. It was Suzy Prudden Studios. My specialty was 2-year-olds. I built
That's
$1 million business.
Amazing. There is so much that we need to, know about her. Where can people find you and get to know more about you?
So
Or connect with you?
Yeah, connect with me. So my company is Itty Bitty Publishing.
It's ITTY.
ITTY Publishing.com. And so you can go to my website. You can call me 310-640-8885. You can email me. My name, Suzy Prudden, SUZY
I will add all these in the description for our audience.
Perfect. And at Gmail. And you can Google me.
That's so beautiful. She is one of the most humblest person I've come across. In spite of being so famous, a celebrity, I'm sitting right with a celebrity, but she's so kind and
Thank you.
Share your number with people.
You know, I did that. This is so funny. I did that on a show where I was being interviewed, and it was live. And I was on the show. I was being interviewed for like 30 minutes, and I gave my number out. And while I'm being interviewed,
You started getting calls.
I started getting calls. And I said, "I'll call you back."
That is
so
so
funny.
beautiful.
And I got 3 calls that day while I was on the air, and they all signed up to do books.
Beautiful, very nice. No, definitely, you're doing an amazing, amazing job for the community, building the community, impacting their lives, and helping them become successful and helping them become a celebrity. Amazing. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. And for our audience, do follow her, check her out, and I'm sure you also have that burning desire of writing a book. You do have a story, an experience, a skill that the world needs to know.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
you cannot do it on your own. Sometimes we need that person to take it further. And she is your go-to person. I'm telling you. Okay? All right. Thank you so
sweetie.
much.
Thank you.